Eoghan Corry is with me now, the editor of Travel Extra, of course. So, Eoghan, we've had what I think on the face of it looks to be kind of a ramping up of things between Aer Lingus and the the Airline Pilots Union, IALPA. We've detail from Aer Lingus of what flights have been cancelled or impacted by the work to rule, and IALPA announcing a full-out strike next Saturday, I understand. What can you tell us?
Good evening, Kieran. It looks like it'll get worse before it gets better. We have a little bit of a cat and mouse going on. Aer Lingus took stock overnight. They contacted a lot of customers, gave them the options of rebooking, of a voucher, money back, all of those sort of things. They're still under contract to fly you to where you're supposed to be. So if you don't take those options, don't panic, don't go looking for another airline. They then came up with the total number of cancellations, 124 flights over 5 days. Not a hell of a lot. For instance, the French air traffic control strike in April the 25th caused 36 cancellations from Dublin, sort of stuff that airlines can manage. IALPA responded by saying, we're going for a full strike, but we're not going for a full strike over days. We're going to do 8 hours on Saturday of next week. That's tomorrow week. I do expect a little bit of the cat and mouse to continue, and the ramping up of both sides, and a little bit of tweeted on the sort of stuff we've been listening to on the airwaves over the last few days, Kieran.
So what happened, or what is going to happen next week with that full strike action is just the same thing again? I'm just conscious of people listening to this who maybe have flights. Flights are going to be impacted.
Don't panic. The flights will be impacted. You'll be contacted by the airline, given your alternative arrangements. If you still need to get to where you're going to get there. You mightn't get there on time, on the same time. People who weddings, who the events that they have to get to, make sure you get back to Aer Lingus and get the best option for getting there. Aer Lingus clearly think that they can fly through this level of action by getting an aircraft from other, and we've seen unlikely alliances, including Ryanair, offering to come to the rescue of Aer Lingus, not something that happens very often. What IALPA have been avoiding is declaring a full strike that has other implications for them, even though they have gone through the ballot and all the procedure to do that. We will probably see both sides testing each other out before we come to talks, but I'm absolutely confident that as soon as they both work out, IALPA can work out how much damage can be done, and Aer Lingus can work out whether we can fly through the level of disruption, that they will actually get into a room together, preferably with the WRC. We will see a deal at the end of the day, and I don't expect the full all-out strike action unless either IALPA gets so annoyed that they do it, or Aer Lingus, for their own reasons, decide to shut down the entire airline to end the uncertainty. That's what Willie Walsh did in 2003 at Aer Lingus, and Alan Joyce did at Qantas in 2011. They're the uncertainties, but I don't expect them to happen. I do expect a deal.
Eoghan, thank you for the update. Eoghan Corry, the editor of Travel Extra.